Well, here we are again for another guided tour of the year 2024. For this video, we've chosen what we consider to be the best anime sequels premiering next year. We're going to focus on what we know about each season, so be warned, there will be spoilers ahead, and let the journey begin. Number 10. High Card, Season 2, Hibari Studios, with a scheduled release date in January 2024. What kind of troubles and enemies will Finn encounter now? And does he really come from royalty? This anime has changed the way we look at a deck of cards. The story revolves around Finn, an orphaned boy who, upon learning that his orphanage is about to close, tries to amass a fortune to save it. In this second season, as seen in the trailer, Finn will be facing his toughest enemy yet, the Black Knight, who apparently has a connection to Finn's tragic past. Although it follows a formula that has been used before, High Card's greatest strength lies in its plot twists, strategic battles, and the highly emotional character arcs, where some tears will be shed and some tissues used. Number 9. Mashle, Magic and Muscles, Season 2, A1 Pictures Studios, with a scheduled release date in January 2024. When Harry Potter decides to start training physically and enters a magic school without having any magic himself, the result is Mash Burn Dead. Based on a manga from the new generation of Shonen Jump magazine, Mashle, Magic and Muscles focuses on Mash, a young man with supernatural physical abilities, but no magic whatsoever. In the second season, Mash finds himself compelled to battle against the candidates for Divine Visionaries, take the selection exam for Divine Visionary to escape execution, and he will also reveal the reason for his adoption and his true identity. It's funny, Mash's addiction to profiteroles is hilarious, not overly complex, and filled with shocking situations for some characters, but plenty of laughter for the viewers. The second season of this series is a must-watch on our list. Number 8. Kingdom, Season 5, Signpost Studios, with a scheduled release date on January 6, 2024. We've reached the more mature entry on this list. Who doesn't love a good historical seinen series? Here it comes. It revolves around Shin, a war orphan, and his life's journey. In this 5th season, Shin's best friend, Piao, is recruited to the royal palace. Shin intensifies his training with the aim of achieving his goal. In an unexpected twist, Piao is gravely wounded and returns to the village to be with Shin one last time. On the brink of death, Piao passes on his dream to Shin, along with a mission that will lead Shin's destiny to collide with the new ruler of the Qin province, Yingzheng. With fascinating characters, a gripping storyline, and a protagonist with a very recognizable voice, he plays Kurosaki Ichigo in Bleach and Seiya in Saint Seiya. Kingdom is an essential presence on this list. Number 7. One Punch Man, Season 3, Mappa Studios, with a scheduled release date in the first quarter of 2024. The man who defeats everyone with just one punch is back. That bald head doesn't deceive us. Saitama is back, and considering that it's the Mappa Studios handling the production, we can expect something magnificent. What we know about this third season is that, among other things, there will be a large-scale invasion by the Hero Association, the recruitment of all S-rank heroes, and the rise of Garou as one of the greatest villains of all time. With above-average humor, a unique storyline, and the protagonist's internal conflict always present, the search for a worthy opponent. The third season of One Punch Man is an obvious choice for this list. Number 6. The Misfit of Demon King Academy, Season 2, Part 2, Silver Link Studios, with a scheduled release date in the spring of 2024. A character that can eliminate an opponent with just the beat of his heart? He is indeed the Demon King. Anos Voldegode is truly one of the strongest characters in the entire anime universe. Following the events at the end of the first part of the second season, Anos crosses paths with a mysterious man a draconian, who is accompanied by a god. This god speaks about something called selection, a judgment where the gods will choose their champion to battle in a terrible and fierce contest against each other. With interesting supporting characters, a mix of laughter, and an arrogant, unbeatable protagonist, the Misfit of Demon King Academy is a good choice for this list. Number 5, My Hero Academia, Season 7, Bone Studio, with a scheduled release date in the summer of 2024. After the emotions of the last season, will our hearts be able to endure? And will Deku maintain his humanity? What My Hero Academia does best is creating relatable villains and heroes with questionable behaviors. In the end, the world is not just black and white. And what can we expect from the 7th season of Kohei Horikoshi's masterpiece? Following the logic of the manga, a new hero, who is foreign, shocking, will appear to battle all for one. There will be a shocking revelation about one of the members of Class 1A, and the Todoroki family will be involved in an explosive battle. With an unpredictable plot, profound philosophical questions, and a supporting character with more fans than the protagonist, Bakugo, My Hero Academia takes the 5th spot on our list. Number 4, Fire Force, Season 3, Shaft Studio, with a scheduled release date in the last quarter of 2024. And here he is, our favorite firefighter, always with a devilish smile. Personally, this series is one of our favorites. What kind of trouble will Shinra and the brave members of Special Fire Force Company 8 get into? In addition to the resolution of the events that occurred at the end of the 2nd season, we will witness another clash, and probably the last one, between the Fire Force, now united under a common goal, and the forces of the Evangelist. Considering that the next arc is called Obi's Rescue, we expect to see the members of Special Fire Force Company 8 rescuing their captain from captivity. Dealing with serious themes in a lighter way, with plenty of humor and rock mixed in, and characters with extraordinary powers, Fire Force naturally belongs on our list. Number 3, Blue Lock, Season 2, 8-Bit Studios, with a scheduled release date in the 2nd quarter of 2024. Who doesn't enjoy watching people play football? Of course, the losers go home and can never represent their country again, but that's another story. This series took 2022 by storm, becoming one of the best for anime fans. What can we expect in the 2nd season? In the end, there were a total of 35 players left. These 35 players advance to the 3rd selection, where they compete to form an 11-player team that will go up against Japan's U20 team. But the mastermind behind it all, Ego, has other plans to test the players' skills, including organizing an international tournament broadcast on television. With complex characters, unexpected plot twists, and some surprisingly accurate technical concepts, Blue Lock couldn't be missing from this list. Number 2, Demon Slayer, Season 4, Studio Ufotable, with a scheduled release date in April of 2024. And before the final battle, there comes the training. But is it now that Giyu Tomioka will declare his feelings to Shinobu Kocho? The adventures of Tanjiro, Nezuko, Inosuke, and Zenitsu are reaching their climax. The last episode of the previous season still leaves marks and tears of joy. In this upcoming season, Tanjiro will begin his training to become a Hashira. He and his companions will train with the strongest Hashiras, including Gyomei Himejima, the Stone Hashira, and you can expect plenty of laughter and some suffering too. It will also be an opportunity for fans to get to know the characters that haven't had much spotlight, their personalities, and their personal stories. Himejima's is particularly touching, but we're used to it. With top-tier animation, a roller coaster of emotions, and incredible dynamics between the characters, Demon Slayer is indispensable for our list. Before we reveal the number 1, don't forget to like the video, leave your comments, turn on notifications to stay up to date with the latest news, and subscribe to the channel. Number 1, Bleach, 1000 Year Blood War, Part 3, Pierrot Studios, with a scheduled release date in the spring of 2024. After the drama and the unexpected revelation in the previous episode, we'll hear that word we all love again. Bankai. And here we are at number 1. Of course, we're expecting Ichigo to save the day once again, but we'll get there. For this part 3, in addition to the Quincy King continuing his assault on the Soul King's palace, we will see greater involvement of certain characters, such as the Vizards, Yorichi, the Catwoman, and one of the fan favorites, and Tite Kubo's own favorite, Sosuke Aizen. Captain of the 13th Division, Ukitake will be crucial to the story, as it is through him that we will understand the true nature of the Soul King. With animation and soundtrack on par with MAPPA and Ufotable Studios, a complex and captivating story, well-known characters, and Bankai's yet to be revealed, I highlight 2, Kenpachi and Shunsui, Bleach is number 1 on our list and the most anticipated sequel of 2024. And we've reached the end of the video. If there's any sequel that didn't make it to this list and is important to you, leave the name in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.